Good morning, team. Welcome back to another amazing week of the stock market. Looking at the overall economical calendar, today is basically February 13th. We have inflation numbers coming out at 11 a.m. this morning. Tomorrow, we have CPI. That's going to be the major market mover at 8:30 a.m. before the market even opens. So make sure you guys are cautious about your swing trades from tonight. Wednesday, we have retail sales information. Make sure you guys pay attention to that as well. Thursday, we have jobless numbers coming out on Thursday. And on Friday, we have IPI, so import price index. So make sure you guys check this out on Market Watch. This is the economical calendar. Always want to make sure you start your day and watch out to see what stocks are moving and what's overall happening for the day. So starting off, we're going to look at our first stock of the day. We're going to talk about Netflix over here. So looking at Netflix, we're going to start off with the 20-day, and we're going to look at the RSI. 20-day RSI is extremely oversold, and that's going to be a repetitive trend that we see today, especially after last week's sell-off. You can see that Netflix dropped from like 376 all the way to the low of 347, which was a previous support or floor before and previous resistance before. So we want to watch this key area over here. You want to watch to see if Netflix breaks above 350, and we could start basically pushing up towards 356 and up towards 360. Now, you see this orange line over here? This orange line represents my 1-year EMA. You're going to see that on all my charts, especially if you're new here. This 1-year EMA is going to be a major trend change within the stock. You can see this blue line, that's the EMA. When the stock is above it, it's bullish. When it's below, it's bearish, right? We are now below it on Netflix. Does not mean that it has to continue falling out the sky, right? So that's why we're looking at that 20-day first, because we're noticing, hey, short term that Netflix is oversold, and it's more in favor for a possible bounce. So watch out for that bounce level that I gave you guys around those 351s towards those 359s. And to the downside, let's say it bounces and it can't really hold its ground. We want to watch for a break up below 347, and then we could start going down towards 340. 340 was a previous support. Over here, you can see the stock candles broke above 340 and started to hold above it, used it as basically a floor, and went higher. So watch for that 347 down towards those 340s. Overall RSI is oversold. MACD looks like it wants to cross up. So that is giving you bullish signs right there. Same situation on the 180-day. Looking at the 180-day, 180 days oversold, right? Looks like it's finding some type of support. These are 4-hour candles. Each candle is 4 hours, no matter how big or small. So we're seeing that Netflix is finding some type of ground over here. Doesn't mean that this ground has to hold. It could give out, but it's more in favor for a bounce. So make sure you're cautious with your short positions, right? Watch out for that. All right, so if you do go for that long position, 350, watch out for like 354 areas. That is the 1-year EMA. You could reject off this zone or break through it. So you never know. So make sure you're just very cautious and ready to sell possibly. And if not, we could possibly run up towards those 360 levels. So watch out for that on Netflix. Next stock we're going to talk about is Tesla. So looking at Tesla over here, let's jump over towards the 1 year so you guys can look at Tesla on the grand scheme of things, right? Tesla is above the 1-year EMA and is right below the 1-year SMA. So Tesla overall does look bullish. Looking at the RSI over here on the 1 year, very overbought. So long-term Tesla could probably come down more. Short-term, let's go to the 20-day. Short-term Tesla is oversold. You can see the 20 days crossing up. It's below divergence. It's crossing up. RSI actually has the opportunity to do both. So Tesla does look fake bullish this morning. We need a hold above that 200 level. 200 has been a major pivot point for the stock. It was a previous resistance level for a long period of time, right? Where we finally broke it and ran to 214. And it was a major sell-off zone where we broke below it last week. And then a lot of people caught short positions. Even I myself caught a short position from 200 and then down towards those 192. So watch out to see if we break 200 today. I'm gonna set alert to see if we break above 200. Once we break above 200, we can start pushing up towards 210, maybe even 216. That's a good area to watch out for, right? And then if we break below 196, we can start basically going towards 192 and possibly lower, right? So Let's look at the 180 day. 180 day is crossed down. So that is something I don't like personally. The MACD 180 days crossed down, Tesla's 20 days crossed up. So that is a perfect recipe for some choppy action. So we could actually kind of get like a sideways day out of Tesla where the stock is basically trapped in between this range over here. There's a massive range where we have a resistance up here. Just clear this drawing over here. So we have a resistance over here at 214. We have a support at 189. If you look at Tesla on the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of times Tesla gets trapped in the range, right? What do I mean by trapped in the range, right? Sideways action. You can see some sideways action over here, where you have to wait until it breaks out either to the upside or downside. Sideways action over here. So when we get these type of sideways actions, this could be the beginning of a sideways action, right? So whenever you get these sideways actions, it's very hard to trade in between unless you're looking at smaller charts. Yeah, you could get a trade, but for direction overall may be erratic. You could see situations where the stock could basically go up and drop within the same day. So make sure you guys are very cautious with that. Tesla is known for a sideways action. So make sure the main thing in the stock market you guys want is direction. When you have direction, that is very important, and it gives you more opportunity for basically holding a long position or a short position. So let's see what direction she chooses. They could both probably cross over into the same direction. 20-day could probably give out, but overall she is above that 1 year. But if to the downside, right? So if we were looking for the upside, we're looking for that 200 break towards 215. But to the downside, I don't really trust Tesla on the break of 189, which is the 1 year EMA. Typically, that would be a good zone. You could get in early if you wanted to from like 196 down towards these like 192 zones. But like the real short position that I think most traders are probably going to be looking for on Tesla is going to be the break of this 20-day SMA. The break of the 20-day SMA just so happens to be sitting slightly lower than the 1 year EMA, and it's around 187. And once we break 187, I think we have no problem going down towards 181. There's a nice little pocket down here. And right now, if you short it, you have too much support. You have that 190, which may act as support, and 187 that may act as support. So shorting into these two lows may be very risky. So make sure you guys are cautious with that. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the SPY, which is actually pushing up this morning, especially since we just seen a lot of charts, right? A lot of stocks were selling off last week, and now a lot of them are oversold, leading to a bounce. So the market is in a wave. You can see we're from oversold to overbought. So this is something to note right here, that the RSI basically last week, right? What day was this? On the 10th, right? On the 10th, you can see the date and time over here. On the 10th, we were extremely oversold, meaning more in favor for a possible bounce, right? Giving you guys too much information. Slap the like button, slap the subscribe button, share this with a friend. But overall, we were very oversold, meaning more in favor for a possible bounce. But from the 10th, today's the 13th, and we're already reaching overbought situations or positions on the RSI over here, meaning the SPY may actually top out over here, may even hit 411, but definitely want to be cautious with the SPY, especially as it's getting overbought. It could basically have a pullback. So I'm actually going to change the color of this SMA over here on the 20-day so I can notice, hey, that SPY could possibly push up from 409 to 412. But this area may act as a major resistance because when the stock is above it, it acts as support. You can see we drop, bounce off of it, drop, bounce off of it. And when we're below it, it could possibly reject it. So make sure you guys are cautious for that. To the downside, definitely want to watch to see if SPY breaks that 407, and then we can start going down to 405. Right now, the MACD is still crossed up. So you want to wait until that crosses down and break those key levels. And on the 1 year, it looks like it 1 year, not 1 year, 180 day looks like it wants to cross up. So we may get a bullish day, we may get a chop day. So make sure you guys are very, very cautious today. Traders may be unease after what happened yesterday. So make sure you guys wait for direction before you guys take a trade. Use a stop loss, practice caution. Make sure you guys go in with a plan and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.